Hi YouTube, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Angelica here. If you're new, come in, have a seat, have several seats, and if you're not new, thank you for having me once again, all up in your face. I'm starting off basically sharing my Oxford University admission story, my experience, how I got into Oxford University. My path is unconventional. There are not many people who can ever say they've done what I've done. I made history. When you think about it, I really made history. The reason why I haven't really said much on how I got an internal offer is because I don't want to give you half the story. Like, I don't want to tell you how I got in and then you think I'm promoting the program to you and you should go do it. Like, I've got so many comments and DMs and emails actually, people telling me, what program did you do? I want to do it. And I'm just like, that ain't it. Like, that ain't it, sis. This ain't it, chief. Just understand that this video is not the full picture of my experience during the year. So if you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I've been very transparent and coming from an area of very high deprivation, like council estate, with one of the lowest life expectancy. People around me they don't really go uni, they don't have like, I'm not trying to go to Russell groups, I'm not trying to go to higher top universities. When I tell them about LSC, they're like, what's that? A drink? Like, what's LSC? Like GCSEs, I didn't get all A stars and A's. Like, I got a couple of B's, but majority of my grades were A stars and A's anyway. I didn't get C's, but nonetheless, I was one of my school's high performers. I was in their higher performance program for students who get a minimum of 6 A stars and A's at GCSEs, and I got 11 GCSEs, I believe. But at my school, the average grade was legit a 0D. Like, if you got 5 GCSEs, you're absolutely amazing. My mom always told me anything worth doing is worth doing well. That's the mentality I had growing up. At the end of GCSEs was basically when I became woke. You can call it woke. Not to say I was comfortable in my situation, but I never really like knew about a life beyond my reality. And then I think I searched up on Google, I came across Student Ladder. I was searching up work experience because my school, we're basically meant to have work experience opportunities. They didn't do it. They just said, no, we're not doing it at all. We're not doing it. Like, the government literally had a program, like it was illegal not to give work experience, and my school didn't give us work experience. They said you guys can stay at home. So that's when I kind of like was thinking, like, how can I not have work experience? Like, I'm gonna search online. So I searched online and I came across lots of organizations, and I came across the idea of social mobility and access. So I basically joined programs with organizations such as the Sutton Trust, Pathways to Law with LSE, SEO London's program called SEO Scholars. I did a huge ton of things. Like, this is all on my website, so if you want to know the organizations that helped me to get to where I am, then you can check them out. But after my GCSEs, I did all these programs and schemes and work experiences, and year 12 was absolutely brilliant. I just did a lot during that year. I call it my year of building. I did so much during that year, and that's also the year I became the young mayor of my borough. LSE, I think, has always been my dream uni, but I didn't even really know it. Like, I didn't know at the time. I knew that I wanted to go to a top university, and I looked at the grade requirements for the universities I wanted to go to. So all my universities I applied to were Russell Group universities. The lowest grade they needed was technically 3 A's. However, because of some of the programs I had done, some of the social mobility access programs I had done, universities like Leeds were going to lower my grade requirement from 3 A's to A, BB. And the highest my university choices were going to need was A star AA. So places like UCL, for instance. I was predicted A star AA in my UCAS form. It basically was strategic in where I was applying because I didn't know what grade I was actually going to get. Halfway through year 13, I'm basically like, you know what, I feel like, because I'm so unsure about what grades I'm going to get, why don't I just take a gap here? Why don't I work really hard and maybe try and get A star AA and then I have the bravery to apply to somewhere like LSE because I'd have my grades already. So that was the rationale for me deciding to take a gap year. So I decided I'm going to take a gap year at like February, March, and then in May my friend basically told me about, or maybe April, I can't remember, my friend basically told me about this program at Oxford, and I wasn't going to apply. I'm thinking like, it's a fully funded program, I have no tuition costs, like I get a living expense, like I don't live with debt, like I literally, it's a free program, you basically get to learn at Ox, why not go for it? My friend basically convinced me, he basically bullied me into going for it, but in a good way. So I applied for it, and I had to give them my GCSEs, I had to give them my AS results, I had to give them my predicted grades, I had to get a reference, I had to write a personal statement. It was UCAS all over again, but it wasn't through UCAS, it was directly to the college that I was at. So I went through the process. I had interviews to get into the program. Like, I had an Oxford style interview. I went to Oxford to be interviewed by multiple tutors. Like, it wasn't even a joke. Like, I ended up getting an offer, which was amazing. I think there were 10 of us who got the offer, and I think they had like 100 applications in the first year. I don't know about the stats anymore, but I know that year there was about 100 applications. So the normal entry requirements you need at A level for Ox is 3 A's. However, they lowered it to ABB. I met the grade requirements. I obviously achieved more than what I needed to be there, but I was quite shocked. I wasn't expecting to get A at A level. I was there for a year. I graduated. The criteria for progression was achieving a 2-1 in your degree. I got a 2-1, which was amazing. I was doing law, but there were some students doing other courses, so not everyone was doing law. And we all had a wide range of grades. So there are people like me with like a couple of A stars and A's at A level. There were some students with C's at A level. Not everyone was from the same background. I really want to say this because some people jump to conclusion when it comes to the idea of access. And like, people always jump to conclusion and think, oh, it was just a program for black students. No, there were 2 black people in that program, like 2 black people in that program, and not all of us were ethnic minorities. So not everyone who was on that program was black or Asian, so you take from that what you will. So that's how I got into Ox, and I had my grades, so I was able to apply to LSE. I was able to get an offer from UCL because they rejected me the first time I applied to them, but I had my grades already, and I think that while the program was good, it almost could have like blocked my blessings, in my opinion, because not only was I applying now as a student on a gap year, I was also on a program at Oxford. So I felt like some universities might not have wanted to give me an offer because they're probably thinking you're already at Oxford. Some of my universities like LSE also wanted me to show proof of how well I was doing on the program and the grades I was getting on the program. So that took some time. That I got my offer very late in the UCAS cycle because I was busy trying to collate evidence of my performance from my exam. I don't think it made me more attractive to other universities. LSE was gonna fact check me anyway. They're gonna make sure like she's actually doing well on that program. So yeah, that's how I got into Oxford University. This is my experience. This is not, of course, there are probably not that many people who can say they've gone to 2 universities like LSE, Oxford. I also think that my story is important because it's a positive program, but the reception is sometimes negative. Like, there are people from different backgrounds on this program, and also there are people with good grades like on this program. Not everything is about lowering standards, so I hope that my experience has put a positive spin on the discourse surrounding access programs. Access programs are actually changing lives. Some people would have never had any other option. So let me know what you think about access programs, and let me know if there's anything that surprised you about what I said in this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to connect with me on my social media channels. Let's continue the conversation in the comment section. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!